Good evening, this is TCN English News Edition, and you're watching with me, Nguyen Kim Khong Sai. First, the headlines. CSOs of Churchampur ask public land encroachers to vacate illegally occupied land before April 20. SBI cashier who stole ₹2 crore arrested in Delhi. Pool preparations in full swing in Churchampur. News in detail. As per resolution number 4 of the joint meeting held by Kuki MP Churchampur, Kuki Chief Association Churchampur, Kuki Students Organization Churchampur, and Defense Department held on the 4th of April 2024. NZ Hauniao Bate Secretary, Planning Development and Settlement Department KIC, had released a public notice on behalf of all the Kuki civil society CSOs along with leader of KNO, requesting the illegal settlers in and around Peace Ground to shift within the month of March 2024. The investigation was last done on 17th of March 2024, but they had been given chances to shift and vacate the illegally occupied lands within the month of March 2024. But the illegal settlers pay no heed to their request, and in accordance to that, they are given a warning to dismantle their houses and vacate the lands before 20th of April 2024. Failing which, the CSO's leaders will lead the public and forcefully dismantle the illegally constructed houses in public land on the 22nd of April 2024. Many crises have also been encountered in the Tuibung Bazaar area due to illegal roadside threat or construction, such as selling vegetables and foods on the footpaths, shop owners extending their stalls to the footpaths, and other illegal actions. These law violators have very much hampered the movement of the public in the marketplaces and are ordered to vacate the illegally occupied said areas and to dismantle the illegally set up shops or stalls on or before 20th of March, 20th of April 2024. Failing which, the KIC Planning Department and KSO Churchampur will take befitting action against the law violators. Their properties and goods will also be seized by the KIC and KSO if they do not do the needful within the stipulated time. It has also been reported that there are many people encroaching public land for their personal use, such as building houses or shops beside the highways, destruction of canals for settlement, occupying vate lands, and others such acts. Anyone involved in the said acts are requested to make a clarifications to the KIC Planning Development and Resettlement Department within the month of April. Anyone failing to do will be treated in the same manner as the above said lawbreakers on the first week of May. The above actions are taken up for the welfare of the society so as to promote law and development hand in hand in our district. The public are once again requested to give importance and obey what is being said. The cashier of State Bank of India, SBI Bishapur Branch, Monarch Lysram, who reportedly ran away after stealing cash around ₹2 crore from the same bank, has been apprehended at North Delhi on Friday. As per the Imphal Free Press, police reported that Monarch Lysram, 41, son of Lysram Chauba of Kodompokpi Mamang Laikai, under Nambol Police Station, was apprehended by Delhi Crime Branch with close coordinations with Delhi Police and Bishnupur District Police. He was apprehended from Patil Chase Christian Colony, opposite Maurik Nagar Police Station, North Delhi, at around 5:30 p.m. Sources reported that a team of Bishnupur District Police will bring back the accused on Saturday by air. As per a complaint report filed by Branch Manager SBI Bishapur Branch at Nambol Police Station, it is mentioned that Monarch have been working as a senior assistant at the same bank branch. He did not turn up for office since April 2 without any prior information. It mentioned that Monarch also possessed the key to the locker room of the same bank. When the staff of the bank opened the locker room, it was found that a sum of rupees 2 crore was missing. In follow-up the complaint, the state police has been tracing Monarch. It is yet to be confirmed whether the said missing amount has been recovered or not. Preparations for the ensuing general elections to Lok Sabha in respect of Churachandpur district is going on in full throttle. As second round of training for polling personnel, second randomizations and commissioning of EVM or VVPAT for the 4 assembly segments of Churachandpur and special polling stations began today. As per the Hill Zona, the second round of training for male polling personnel, party-wise, in respect of 57 Hinglip ST, 59 Saikot ST, and 60 Singh RST assembly segments was held at Churachandpur Government College today. The training will go on till tomorrow, where female personnel would be imparted trainings at the same venue. On the other hand, the second randomizations and commissioning of electronic voting machines, EVMs, and voter verifiable paper audit trial, VVPAT machines, was carried out today at the Strong Room Building, Mini Secretariat Complex Tribal. The training for the polling personnel was conducted under the auspices of S. Thinlalzoy Gangti, Nodal Officer, Training Management, Lalthan Zamfimati, Nodal Officer, Manpower, and Soimin Lian Lingan, Nodal Officer, Postal Ballot. During the training sessions, Master Trainers of the district imparted comprehensive training to the personnel, who is included setting up of polling stations, functioning of electronic voting machines, EVMs, role of the presiding officers, polling officers 1 and 2, sector officers, the do's and don'ts, and many other rules and electoral procedures that need to be followed effectively on elections day. Further, trainees were also briefed on the necessity to conduct mock poll to ensure proper functioning of the EVM's machines 1 hour before the election started. Training on handling EVMs and voter verifiable paper audit trial VVPAT machines sequence from the commencement to the conclusions of polling, including proper procedures for sealing polling materials during the voting process, to minimize disruptions and ensure a fairness were the key topics covered in the training sessions. The training of female polling personnel will be held on April 6 for 58 Churachandpur ST, SC, 59 Saikot ST, SC, and in addition to polling personnel for 15 special polling stations for internal displaced persons, IDP, or specified voters. It may be mentioned that there are 274 polling stations in the district, and out of which 110 polling stations will be operated only by women polling personnel. In addition, 15 polling stations are also planned especially for internally displaced persons, IDPs. Meanwhile, the second randomizations of electronic voting machines, EVMs, and voter verifiable paper audit trial, VVPAT machines, was carried out today at the Strong Room Building, Mini Secretariat Complex Tribong. The randomizations process was conducted in the presence of representatives from various political parties, elections agents, the additional district elections officer, assistant returning officers, AROs, and other officials from the 4 assembly segments of the district. The EVM management system, EMS 2.0 software, was used to carry out the entire randomizations process. Following this, all EVMs, which include the control unit, CU, ballot unit, BU, and VVPAT machines, will be allocated to their respective polling stations located in the 4 legislative assembly segments. The randomization was followed by commissioning and preparations of EVMs and VVPATs at a designated commissioning room with ECIL engineers. This was overseen by the concerned assistant returning officers of the 4 assembly segments, as well as the ARO for special polling stations for internally displaced persons, IDPs, for the 2 unit Manipur PC and 13 outer Manipur PC. A mock poll was also conducted today to test the proper functioning of the voting machines. The 4 assembly segments of Churachandpur district, which fall under 2 outer Manipur parliamentary constituency, will go to the polls on April 19. The Kuki Students Organization General Headquarters KSO GQ strongly condemns the dissemination of false information in a recent news article, purportedly depicting the situations of Métis in relief camps in Manipur. The article published by Swarajya misrepresents the ground reality and misleads the public with its biased narrative. The press release said, first and foremost, KSO GQ categorically denies the baseless allegations that Kuki organizations have systematically disenfranchised Métis or any other community from exercising their democratic rights. The claim that Kukis prevented Métis from voting is entirely false and lacks any factual basis. Furthermore, the article's portrayal of Métis living in squalid conditions in relief camps due to alleged persecutions by Kukis is grossly inaccurate. Moreover, the fabricated accounts of Métis being intimidated and threatened by Kukis to deter them from voting are utterly false and defamatory. Such allegations only serve to stoke tensions and undermine the peaceful cohabitations that Kukis have long fostered in Manipur. The KSO GQ further urges media outlets to exercise responsible journalism and refrain from publishing sensationalized and misleading narratives that show discord among communities. We call on Swarajya and other media platforms to retract the aforementioned article and issued a public apology for disseminating misinformation, aided the release. The release also alleges while it is crucial to address any genuine concerns regarding communal tensions, it is equally important to avoid sensationalizing isolated incidents that could exacerbate existing divisions. The recent news article in question fails to provide a comprehensive and balanced perspective on the situation, thereby contributing to the polarizations of communities. Therefore, the KSO General Headquarters encourages media outlets to exercise due diligence in verifying information and to refrain from amplifying narratives that could fuel animosity and mistrust among communities. A Mizo coalition representing the 10 Kuki Mizo tribes across India, Bangladesh and Myanmar announced plans to organize a rally along the IndiaMyanmar border in Mizoram on May 16. The rally aims to protest the Indian government's decision to fence the border and abolish the Free Movement Regime (FMR). The Zoro Reunification Organization, Zoro, headquartered in Aizawl, and advocating for the reunifications of all Zoro people under a single administrative unit, convened a meeting expressing strong opposition to the fencing of the 1640-kilometer India-Myanmar border, particularly the 510-kilometer stretch in Mizoram. In a statement, the organization also voiced disappointment over the discontinuations of the Free Movement Regime (FMR). The meeting concluded to hold a peaceful rally on May 16 at the Myanmar border in Zokotar, located in Champhai district in eastern Mizoram. The organization urged Mizo and Zo communities residing in both Mizoram and Myanmar to participate in the rally to oppose the government's decision regarding the border fencing and the FMR. Earlier in January, Zoro staged a demonstration in Aizawl, where they symbolically burned an effigy of Union Home Minister Amit Shah, protesting against the proposed plan to fence the India-Myanmar border and eliminate the Free Movement Regime (FMR). The Kuki MP Delhi and NCR released a public notice today, the 6th of April 2024, gladly condemning the idea of celebrating the Hun Festival, a Thado cultural festival at Delhi in this time when the tribe is facing a major crisis in the face of war. On learning about the planning of the Hun festival celebration at Delhi. The KID had tried contacting and consoling the Hun committee members to not do such things, as the situations we are in doesn't favor any celebrations, but we are grieved to mention that our pleas and requests is just a waste of breath and energy. The KID greatly condemns this act of blasphemy to the tribe. The release further says that if any Kuki residing in or around Delhi are found attending the Hun festival, the Kuki MP Delhi, Kuki Welfare Delhi, and KSO Delhi shall cast them out and shall not be given any aid or services when they face any unwanted situations in the future. The program organization are not from Delhi, and hence the Kukis residing in Delhi are further requested time and again to not attend the program. The Kuki Students Organization Delhi and NCR also released a press statement condemning the organizing of Hund, a Thado cultural festival at Delhi in these times of war, when the tribe is suffering and in war. As per resolutions number 5 of KSOD and NCR General Body meeting held on last 18 February 2024, it had been agreed upon by the attendees and the leaders that all celebrations and sport events should be halted until the war ends. KSOD and NCR abide by this resolution, and in regards to this, all celebrations and sports, including Katange, had been put on hold till the war end. When we are raging over the atrocities done towards us by the Métis and still on the process of recovering from the damages of war, it is just an unwanted surprise and a shame to learn that the Thado Students Association had organized Hun Thado Cultural Festival at Delhi on the 7th of April 2024, and the KSOD and NCR condemns this act in the highest form. Therefore, to show your loyalty towards our tribe Kuki, you are requested to not attend this upcoming Hun festival. It has been almost a year since we have been treated nonsensically by the Métis and paid no attention by the central government. Keeping this in mind, we should all cooperate and work together to win this war. A two-day Pirana Utsav Cultural Fest 2024 at ZMV Tuinum concluded today at around 2:30 p.m. During the cultural fest, several hot types of competitions were organized, and winners of such competitions were awarded prizes. Wungailan TZT English conducted the competitions comprising of cultural dance and patriotic songs. Kaisalam Tungnung Vice Principal delivered his welcome speech during the closing program of the cultural fest, followed by dances from different tribes performed by the students. Special invitees of the program were Kim Min Hoi, Elias Kim Vaipe, member Herald for Christ, Lalnei Lim, music teacher Young Learner School, and Ruth Jingwan Kim, music and child coordinator Easton Hall High School respectively. Vikram Singh, principal ZMV, delivered his voice of thanks, followed by singing of Indian national anthem by all the students. In a tragic incident reported from Chungthang, Sikkim, a tourist vehicle met with a massive road accident, leading to the death of 2 tourists from Assam on the spot and leaving 5 others grievously injured. According to Northeast Life, 7 tourists were on the vehicle when the accident occurred near Bob village in Chungthang in the Mangan district in Sikkim. The deceased have been identified as Buddhiman Thapa, 33 of Sonitpur, Assam, and Krishap Modi, 17 of Durgabari, Tinsukia in Assam. With the joint efforts from the police personnel of Lachung and Chungthang police stations, the victims were evacuated and sent to Chungthang Primary Health Center for immediate medical treatment, and later were referred to STNM Gangtok for further treatment. The Kuki-Chi National Front, signed by Colonel Solomon, Chief Media and Intelligence Wing Kuki-Chi National Front, KNF, Response to the recent statement issued by the Bangladesh government regarding breaching of the terms of agreement. The KNF responded that the Bangladesh government did not perform any work as per the conditions signed by both the parties in the meeting of the first physical dialogue. The government side completely violated. Prisoners who are not members of KNF and innocent villagers were supposed to be released in a fast manner within a month, but were not released even after 4 to 5 months. Only the girl who was imprisoned from the army came, who had an abortion while in jail, was released. Bangladesh army grossly violated the terms of the dialogue. Army porter who works forcibly done by civilians has not stopped, and although they were allowed to work daily in the camps, the poor are not paid for fair wages. The army has been threatening innocent people with unnecessary harassment and arrest as a manifestation of the government's reluctance towards peace talks. Camps that were supposed to be evacuated were not dismantled. Rather, by setting up camp and checkposts there, the innocent people are constantly being harassed there. The government representatives and the peace committee failed to give an answer even in the second peace talk, where 2 innocent people disappeared in the camp of Sunswang Para under Ruma cantonment. During a military campaign in 2023, the Bangladesh army dropped more than 4,000 powerful bombs and totally destroyed many villages of Bom community. The villagers who are now living as refugees in Mizoram state of India. In those abandoned villages, the commanders of army came ordered other tribesmen to occupy those villages with the intentions of creating communal trouble. The constructions of the border road had not stopped. Rather, the government is trying to create a tourism industry by cutting the forests and hills of the indigenous people there, which is causing complete deforestation, which is a threat to the tribals of the border areas. The intelligence wing of KNF had brought to light that efforts are being made to weaken, and dull the KNF in the name of peace talk only by fears and delay. The Kukitsi National Front further said that the logical demands raised by the KNF to the government did not find any place in the several rounds of virtual and face-to-face talks had. Rather, the government side was trying hard to bring them back to normal life in return for some jobs, including giving some money, which amounts to betrayal of the KNF. And that seriously disrupted the peace talks. In the second round of peace talk, the government representatives could not give any answer to the questions raised by the government representatives regarding the 6-point demands of KNF. Rather, the peace talk committee has put the KNF in a quandary about the position and behavior of the KNF. On the one hand, KNF is being stopped from all armed activities based on peace talks agreement. On the other hand, the Bangladesh intelligence branch is putting the pro-army terrorist forces and pro-government party ZSS against the KNF. Then the questions of how much benefit from the unilateral peace process will bring from the side of KNF is to all the conscious circles of the nations and the state. The Peace Establishment Committee was formed ostensibly only for showmanship and giving false assurance to the Kukitsin people. They work only to maintain the rules or conditions and to protect the image of the government. In fact, there is a lot of lack of sincerity and violations among the representatives of the government. According to the conditions, the government has assured to work for the people of the affected Kukitsin community, but has not taken any steps regarding humanitarian aid and relief assistance yet. First 30 megatons of food grains were delivered to the victims at the time, 4 to 5 kg per head, which is just a pittance for a family. Bandarban Hill District Council still has million tons of food grains, which have not been yet distributed. An example of the activities of the PEC, that is, Peace Establishment Committee. Thus, there are many discussion topics with no actions has been taken to implement. The above allegations have been raised by the KNF 9-10 times as a warning to the state's intelligence branch, DGFI, Directorate General of Forces Intelligence, and the Peace Establishment Committee, which has not been fully implemented. State representatives or higher authorities should understand that the Kukitsin people and those in the leadership of the KNF are very honest and sincere. It is not unusual or shocking that all conditions will be broken immediately if any party is visibly inattentive to the signed terms or is lopsided. Assam Rifles Director General Lieutenant General P.C. Nair on Friday complimented his troops for the professional and unbiased conduct in controlling the situations in ethnic violence-affected Manipur. He also emphasized the readiness of the force to serve in conflict situations as well as in guarding the Indo-Myanmar border. Lieutenant General Nair was addressing the Inspectors General Conference here, which was attended by formations commanders, battalion commanders, and staff officers of the Assam Rifles. During the conference, Lieutenant General P.C. Nair complimented the troops of the force for the professional and unbiased conduct in keeping the situations in Manipur under control. He emphasized that the force should focus on maintaining the integrity of the Indo-Myanmar border and on the importance of focusing on the combat potentials in conventional operations to enhance the operational effectiveness of the force, a statement issued here stated. The ethnic strife which began in Manipur in May last year claimed at least 219 lives. Personnel of the Assam Rifles, besides those of the state police, were deployed to control the situation. At the conference, the discussion revolved around strategies and measures to bolster the combat readiness and capabilities of Assam Rifles troops in conventional operations it aided. The DZ also reviewed proposals to upgrade the troops with state-of-the-art weapons and equipment, and sharing of best practices and lessons learned to increase operational efficiency, the spokesperson said, emphasizing the need for training and skill development to meet evolving security challenges. Nair complimented the formations and unit commanders for ensuring peace and tranquility in their respective areas of responsibility. He also exhorted them to be ever vigilant on the volatile and dynamic environment under which the force operates. Nair said that the Commanders' Conference 2024 provided a valuable platform for senior military leaders to deliberate on critical issues related to combat potential and operational readiness of Assam Rifles. As many as 17 Indian workers who were lured into unsafe and illegal work in Laos are on their way back home, External Affairs Minister S. Jaisankar said on Saturday. He also complimented the Indian Embassy in Laos for its successful efforts in the case. In a post on X, he said, Modi ki guarantee works for all at home and abroad. As per Financial Express, 17 Indian workers lured into unsafe and illegal works in Laos are on their way back home. Well done. Indian EMBL Laos thanks allow authorities for their support for the safe repatriations, he added. The External Affairs Ministry on Thursday cautioned Indian nationals against falling prey to human traffickers promising lucrative job opportunities in Cambodia. In an advisory, the ministry called upon Indians looking at job opportunities in the Southeast Asian country to thoroughly check the background of the prospective employer. It has come to attention that Indian nationals lured by fake promises of lucrative job opportunities in Cambodia are falling into the trap of human traffickers, it said. Days after a 7.5 magnitude earthquake struck Taiwan, approximately 400 people are still stranded and waiting for their rescue, CNN reported while citing the island's fire department on Saturday. Authorities have, however, clarified that those listed as stranded are considered safe, but are cut off by landslides and other blockades on rural roads in the heavily impacted East Coast region, said ANI. Meanwhile, the death toll from the quake has increased to 13, Taiwan's National Fire Agency NFA said, after 3 bodies were recovered from a walking trail through the mountainous region. Of them, 2 bodies were recovered on Friday, and the other on Saturday, the NFA said, while adding that the teams were still working to confirm the identities of those recovered, CNN reported. This seismic event, Taiwan's most powerful earthquake in a quarter century struck the entire islands on April 3rd, Wednesday, and was felt as far away as Hong Kong and Shanghai. More than 1,000 people are being treated for injuries, and 6 people are still missing, officials said, as quoted by CNN. According to CNN, in Holian County, the worst affected region, buildings buckled and landslides were triggered. Survivors told CNN that many local shops and businesses, some operating for over a decade, were gone in one morning. Taiwanese authorities reported on Saturday that rescue operations persisted amid challenging weather conditions. Plans to deploy a technician and a low-orbit satellite to enhance rescue efforts were underway, but were hindered by the ongoing adverse weather conditions. Wednesday earthquake shook more parts of Taiwan with greater intensity than any other earthquake since 1999, when a tremor of 7.7 magnitude hit the middle of the island, killing 2,400 people and injuring 10,000 others. This week's relatively low death toll has been credited to the government's push for preparedness after lessons it learned 25 years ago. Victims of the earthquake have been mostly killed outdoors by falling rocks or landslides. Authorities reported that 4 individuals perished while hiking in Taroko, Georgia, while another 4 lost their lives on mountainous highways. Additionally, 1 individual was fatally injured while working at a remote quarry. So far, only 1 person has been killed in a collapsed building, the Uranus building in downtown Howlin. She initially escaped but went back to rescue her pet cat, CNN reported. Iran said it asked the U.S. to step aside as the country prepares a response to a suspected Israeli attack on its consulate in Syria, while Hezbollah, its main proxy in the Middle East, warned the Jewish state is prepared for war. In a written message to Washington, Iran warned the U.S. not to get dragged into Netanyahu's trap. Mohammad Zamsidi, the Iranian president's deputy chief of staff for political affairs, wrote on X, referring to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The U.S. should step aside so that you don't get hit. In response, the U.S. said Iran not to hit American targets, Zamsidi said. The U.S. hasn't commented on the latest message Iran had said. CNN reported that U.S. is on high alert and is preparing for a significant response from Iran against Israeli or American targets in the region. The network cited an unnamed U.S. official. NBC, citing 2 unnamed U.S. officials, said President Joe Biden's administration is concerned any attack could be inside Israel, specifically against military or intelligence targets, rather than civilians. The Biden administration did take the unusual step of communicating directly to Iran that the U.S. was unaware Monday's strike in Damascus would happen. Bloomberg reported. That suggested that U.S. was trying to prevent its own forces and bases in the Middle East being attacked. The Islamic Republic has said it will deliver a slap to Israel, its arch enemy. Still, it's unclear when that would happen or whether Iran would try to attack Israel directly or through one of its proxy groups such as Hezbollah, based in Lebanon. The airstrike hit the Iranian consulate in Damascus, killing at least 7 Iranians, including 2 generals. While Israel has repeatedly targeted Iran-linked assets in Syria over the past few months, this was the first time an attack struck an Iranian diplomatic building. Israel has been alert since then, canceling home leave for combat troops, calling up reserves, and bolstering air defenses. Its military scrambled navigational signals over Tel Aviv on Thursday to disrupt GPS-navigated drones or missiles that may be fired at the country. Hezbollah's leader, Hassan Nasrallah, on Friday said a response from Iran is undoubtedly coming. But he said his group won't interfere in such decisions. And after that, how Israel would behave. The region would enter in a new phase, Nasrallah said in a televised speech. Nasrallah, who lives in hiding, highlighted the coordinated work of Iran's so-called resistance groups in the region. Hezbollah, the Middle East's most powerful militia, said the group hasn't used its primary arsenal in the daily skirmishes with Israel along the southern border of Lebanon since the start of the Israel-Hamas war on October 7. Listen to the latest song only to SAFVN.com. Hezbollah is completely prepared and ready for any war with Israel, Nasrallah said. Thank you for joining our program. That's all from us tonight.